Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This is Carl Brister, your host of The Groove. So glad to have you guys here. Listen, we have a great show. If you are just getting in, you're going to want to hunker down and get ready because our guest today, talk about dynamic, electrifying performer, entertainer. We have the one, the only Mr. Robert Taylor Jr. with us today. Hey, this is The Groove. Y'all know what we do. Get those subscribe buttons pressed, follow buttons, and share this link. You're going to want to tell everybody you know about this show because we have the dynamic Mr. Robert Taylor Jr. with us today, of course, along with your boy, Carl Brister. And this is The Groove.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Brister. The Groove. Let's go. The Groove. The Groove.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is The Groove. Shout out again to my producer, my boy, Mr. Steve Chef Walker. We recorded that intro. The music for that's called This Right Here. And you can find that online, iTunes. A lot of people have been DMing me and asking me about what's that music, where do you get it from? So that music is from my album, Love Plus Life Equals, and it's called This Right Here. Again, shout out to ATL and Steve Chef Walker down there. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? It's Thursday. We have made it past hump day, and we are here on Thursday. People used to call that payday. I don't know. I mean, people get paid every day nowadays. I don't know. But whatever it is, this is The Groove. And I am your host, Carl Brister. And this is where music meets passion. And together we find our groove in life. And, you know, the groove is that sweet spot in music where everything just comes together and feels just right. And we try to find that groove in life. And our guests, they sort of kind of help us get there through great conversations and performances that inspire us. And that's what we want to do. We really want to inspire us. And shout out to everybody. I see you guys coming on Facebook. Shout out to you guys on YouTube. What's up? And Twitter. What's happening? Definitely subscribe, follow, and share this link because this show is going to be one for the books. I promise you. I promise you. Hey, listen. When we're trying to find our groove, there's this thing called the grind. And it's something that we all sort of like to skip over in all the nice, pretty songs. You know, we dream about our goals and our lofty, you know, everybody talks about making the dream. But there's some work that comes behind that dream. And there's a grind that we have to get through and do to get to the groove in life. And it's going to take some hard work, some faith, some perseverance. And our guest today knows all about it. And I can't wait to bring him on. He's a Broadway actor, singer, dancer extraordinaire. And before I even tell you all about it, I want to get you guys ready. I got to get you ready. Shout out again. I see you commenting on Facebook. What's up? But listen, I got to get you ready because there's another word that we're going to need. It's called determination. Wrote a song about it. Like to hear it? Here it go. It's Determination, the live joint that I did. It's by your boy, Carl Brister, some words that I wrote. And I hope that you guys enjoy it. Let's get it started right here on The Groove.
Good morning again. This is one of my favorite songs that I sing to encourage myself, and I'm so happy to share it with you today. Come on. God is the captain of my destiny, my quest in life to keep on trusting and believe, not letting around, not turning round, no. No time to contemplate on cares behind, 'cause I'm determined, and my one desire is to his plan that I stay true, determined to go on. Lord, keep believing in you, 'cause I'm determined to keep my faith in you. So determined, I know. See me through. Oh, I'm determined. Oh yeah, I'm determined. Some people tell me that I've lost my mind. No map to get there, but everybody wants to drive. Well, I ain't got no time to listen, no time to listen to drive. No, I'm moving on towards my destiny. I'm standing on promises. Ooh, I'm waiting patiently. That voice inside me says, take heed. Lord, I'm never giving up on you, 'cause I know you're never giving up on me, 'cause I'm determined, my Lord. Hey, so determined. Well, I know. Listen, see, I'm determined to fulfill the revelation of my destination. If that's determination, with God's help, a lot of patience, I walk that walk and talk that talk. I see bodies shot up, I see bodies in chalk. Then I look up in the sky and always wonder the reasons why he lets these bullets keep on passing me by. For I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This is nothing phony, this is my I've got to tell y'all that all power's in God's hands. Can I get a witness? Come on. And the Lord ain't never failed me yet. Oh, Lord, I'm standing on your promises so true. Got to keep my faith, Lord, keep believing. This is what I say. I can, and you can, we can make it. Come on. Say, I can, you can, we can make it. Do you believe it? Say, I can, you can, we can make it. Come on, if you believe that, I need you to say, I can, you can, we can make it. Say, we can make it, 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 we can make it.
Yes. Determination. Do you believe that? I can. You can. We can make it. Oh my gosh. I love that part of the song. Just keep that groove going. Don't. Y'all know that Sly and the Family Stone throwback to Sly and the Family Stone right there. That delayed bass, laying back on the drums and the kick, that's definitely inspired by Sly and the Family Stone. Shout out to him. Those words, I wrote those words really to inspire myself, like I said. And I want to inspire you today. What's up, you guys? This is Carl Brister, and welcome to The Groove. Welcome to The Groove. Welcome to The Groove, where music meets passion. How y'all doing? I need you guys to chat me up and let me know how you're feeling. I want to shout you guys out. And I'm so happy that you are here. You could be anywhere, but you are spending this time with me, and I appreciate that. We have a very special guest today. And you know what we always do. Today, February 24th, we like to talk about a little bit of music history, and then the next person you will meet will be our very special guest, Mr. Robert Taylor Jr. So today is February 24th, and history was made this day in 1970. The Jackson 5, whoo, throwback, right? Throwback Thursday. Jackson 5 released ABC, and this is 1, 2, 3. Y'all know it. Yes, that was on their second album, by the way. And this song climbed the top of the charts, reached #1, knocking the Beatles off the block. They were at #1 with the song "Let It Be, Let It Be, Let It Be, Let It Be." Whispering words of wisdom, let it be. I remember that song. Well, I remember people teaching me that song. But yeah, so I mean, just music history right there. And there's a reason why we're talking about the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson in particular. You guys got to keep watching. You're going to find out. Shout out to everybody. Again, this is Carl Brister, and you are watching The Groove. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to want to press that subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel. You'll get all the newest videos first. And this week, I will be shooting a new music video for my next single. So you're going to definitely want to be the first to know what this new music is all about. It's definitely something I'm really proud of. Facebook, Twitter, you guys know what to do. Friend, follow, definitely, and send in those chats. So we have a dynamic guest today, Mr. Robert Taylor Jr. You guys, I don't need a script for this. This is one of my stage brothers. He and I have performed on many stages, and I have been blessed by his teaching. Actually, I've taken his classes. He is a choreographer and dance instructor at Broadway Dance, and his resume extends far and beyond. He has been seen just recently on the hit series And Just Like That, and we're going to talk about that. Because I watched that show and it was really cool. So we're going to talk about that. His Broadway credits include being a part of the original cast of SpongeBob. That's a big deal. He's also toured with the show Hairspray. And of course, his dancing credits are extensive. He's been seen on So You Think You Can Dance, and he's won countless competitions. You've seen him on MTV. This guy has done it all. We're going to talk about the grind behind the groove. And you know what? We can show you better than we can tell you. So we're going to show you just a little bit of performance by our special guest. And then after which, the next voice you will hear is from the man, Mr. Entertainment himself, Mr. Robert Taylor Jr. Check it out.
We in an island, y'all. What's up, Pro Sims? I see y'all. Oh, they're all here. Y'all outside like this, y'all. I give you everything. I can take you to the place. I show you the way. summertime all the time. And she does it why. And she that loves her sexy. Oh, give me the fit, give me the power, got me like Superman. Baby, walk with me. I give you everything. I can take you to the place. I show you the way. You wanna hold it? Yes, you wanna hold it. You wanna love it? Yes, you wanna love it. Give me the juju, baby. I show you the way. You bring me the light. You bring out the best in me all the time. She makes it so easy for me, darling. And she too good to be true. Oh, keep on me lips on tonight. Oh, they got to look so fine. Oh, you like your body from mine. Give me the hope, give me the faith, give me the power, got me like Superman. So baby, walk with me. I give you everything. I can take you to the place. I show you the way. You wanna hold it? Yes, you wanna hold it. You wanna love it? Yes, you wanna love it. Give me the juju, baby. I show you the way. Now here's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to grab your drinks, put them in the air. I want you to grab your cell phones, turn the flashlights on. I want y'all to like this light it up, get your cell phone, put it over, let's go. Come on. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the one and only Mr. Robert Taylor Jr., who we are so happy to have here today. That was his single "Walk With Me." And without further ado, everybody, my stage brother, Mr. Entertainment, Robert Taylor Jr. Rob.
What's going on, bro? Carl?
What's up, man?
It's good to see you, man. Thanks so much for having me, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. I greatly appreciate it. Wow.
Well earned, man. I didn't even have time to do all that I would have wanted to say, man. Just so proud of all of your accomplishments.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
That was a really awesome performance as well. Were those some of your students or other professional dancers that were on stage with you?
They were, both students, friends, and professional dancers. They're all professional dancers, but half of them were my friends, and then half of them were my students.
Oh man, awesome! And that was your single "Walk With Me," yes?
Yes, sir. Afrobeat song. The funny thing is, it was my little brother who asked, he said, "When are you gonna do an Afrobeat song?" And I'm like, not sure how to do an Afrobeat song or even how to write it. So what I started doing is studying like artists like techno and DeVito and Sean Paul, and have a mix of like dance hall with Afro beats and trying to figure out how to blend it with like the old school R&B. Like the biggest inspiration as far as the R&B side of it was Lionel Richie.
Yes, All Night Long.
Exactly. So I wanted to take that key and use that same feel and try to make it Afrobeatish with a tiny mix of R&B in there, and give it that feel. And I was also, when I was listening to the songs of Davido and Techno, I wanted to understand like how, like what instruments are used in those songs to make it, Afrobeat-ish. You know what I mean? So like, you have a little tambourine in there, you have a little jama drum in there, you have the sabar drum,
Yeah.
bongos, all
Mhm.
that kind of things, and then piccolo flutes, and like more of a than This Will Walk With Me. I wanted it to be like a uppity summer feel.
Okay. Uppity Summerfield.
Uppity
Okay.
summer feel. You kick back, have a couple drinks, or if you
Pinky out.
have a Kool-Aid or something like that, and kick back in the sand and all that kind of stuff.
Nice, brother. I definitely was feeling it, and I
You,
I totally understand. I've been visualizing an Afrobeat song myself, and you can't just jump in the water. You got to really understand what makes the water when it
hmm
comes to Afrobeat songs. So I'm so happy you explained that. It's a learning curve if that's not your your dominant culture.
for sure,
And
absolutely.
there's so much respect you just showed to the art form by just taking the time and dissecting what makes it work, man.
Thank
So
you,
cool.
thank you so much, man.
But I expect nothing less. I was so excited to have you, brother. I know we met about, I would say maybe 4 years ago, I guess, maybe.
Wow,
Uh,
yeah.
I know we were performing together at a wedding band gig or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, being there because you were already there. So I was a new guy. And you were so cool, so welcoming. I was like, I don't know what to do. What am I going to do? You said, just do what I do. So that was easier said than done, by the way.
You did that, and you're killing it. You're crushing it, and your growth. I just got to take the time out to say how proud of you I am, and how far along the way you've come. Starting to build yourself, and not only as an artist, but as a person as well. Like, you're an incredible person, man. And I just just grateful that I've been able to share the stage with you. Get a little chill time with you, get to talk with you a little bit, and with what you're doing now, how you're branching off with not only your own music and your own material and your own upbringings, but you're also incorporating so many other great artists along with that, including one of my heroes, Dionne Warwick. So
Oh yeah.
that's crazy. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, so I just wanted to take a second to acknowledge you and just let you know how proud of you I am, and to remind you that you're an amazing feat, man.
Thank you, man. I
Really.
appreciate that. And
Yeah.
I promise everyone watching, I did not pay him for that.
I see. He did not. We promised that. I just wanted to
No,
say it. I just wanted to say
but
it.
thank you, man. Thank
Yeah.
you. But what I immediately noticed was that you definitely have a command of the stage, and you know, I, it's very easy also to see that you have the formal dance training. Um, and so I just wanted you to talk about what was your formal dance training like on the come up.
Well, the funny thing is, I started out with ballet, jazz, Afro Caribbean, modern dance by a gentleman named John Goring, and rest his soul. He passed away something about 5 years ago.
Mhm.
Counting, and he just opened up my mind to a whole world of dance. And he
Mhm.
introduced me to a gentleman named Eddie Morales, who at the time was dancing for Missy Elliott. He was dancing for Aaliyah. Got to rock with Timbaland for a while. Nowadays,
Mhm.
he's dancing with Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
He's danced with a lot of cats. So I was under his tutelage as a dancer, trying to learn the style of hip hop and street jazz, things like that. And John Goring was bringing me under the modern dance influence and ballet, how important it was to utilize that style to everything else that I was learning. And it definitely inspired me to want to learn more. So he helped me get a scholarship to college, and then continued on training in the Graham styles, the Limon styles, the Horton styles. And this is all forms of modern dance. And then after that, started taking tap dance classes and trying to immerse myself with the rhythms of movement and dance and things of that nature. And then I was dancing in my my senior year of college. I was dancing for the New York Liberty basketball team, and I was learning. At the time, I thought it was like all hip hop, but it was more like street jazz commercial drill team. But it was definitely getting me moving and figuring out how I can captivate an audience with just movement and power and entertainment along with that. And then it was after college, that's when I met the Amount Boys, who was at the time was dancing for P. Diddy, Madonna. They were dancing a lot on the BET shows at the time. And they were introducing me to the elements of hip hop, which consisted of locking, breaking, popping, waving, tutting,
Right.
all that stuff. And they would have like freestyle sessions, and I would wonder, where does this movement come from? Where like how are you doing this? What is that? Like, what is this? What is that? So I started learning what each specific style was, and there were so many teachers that helped me along the way, distinguishing what's what. Brian Green, he's like a human encyclopedia, and he's also danced with Salt and Pepper and Leah, many artists and coming up. And he was showing me one little thing here, one little thing there, and it would be so hard for me to get. Like, we would spend like probably a half an hour just doing stuff like that, and I was like, okay. And he's like, no, that's not it. Do it again. And after a while, I started trying to figure out how can I learn so many different styles. So I just started taking a whole bunch of different teachers, stemming from Kelly Peters, Bam, Jazzy J, Shockalock, Frada Sherry, Samo from the X Fiends, Kid Glide, Jamie Jackson, Eric Jenkins, Jared Grimes. It's a long list of people who I've learned from. Eric Negron, that's another one. And these guys, they had the elements of hip hop, popping, locking, breaking, street jazz, commercial dance. And that's how it started stemming about. And it also helped me want to grow into more styles like house dance, Sekou, Tony McGregor. Still Brian Green also introduced me to the style of house. So that's what got me going as far as the dance world's concerned.
Wow, that's a great foundation, man.
Thank you.
That's a great foundation. And I did want to ask you, as a young artist, young performer growing up, I believe you started as a youth. In many cultures, there's this hesitation to allow boys to partake in formal dance training, especially in the African American culture. We can just put it out there. A lot of guys are not really encouraged to pursue ballet or things of that nature.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to ask if you mind sharing. Did you have to overcome any challenges as it relates to, that type of culture as you studied, or did you have any hesitations, or did you have to overcome any mind adjustments as a kid as you were learning, especially ballet or other art forms?
The most challenging thing I had to overcome was learning ballet, because it was the whole stigma that ballet was for girls or females at the time. And my first year of taking it, I remember like I would come in and out of rehearsals from the dance studio, and I'd have guys on the side and by their locker bays or by another class. They would watch me coming out with my leotard, and they would either just laugh or like kind of chuckle, or I would hear oh, look at that fairy, or even worse words than that.
Yes.
But and for a time it made me a bit uncomfortable, just to show that I was wearing this gear. But at the same time, that's the discipline for what it was, and I overcame it after performing for my first show, dancing in this in the attire in front of a large audience in my school. And the crazy thing is, like, some of those same guys that were laughing at me, they would come to the show, but they would see the other styles I was doing in the show, like, going from ballet / modern straight to hip hop. And then I would see the guys in school the next day. Yo, man, that's tight, man. That's tight. Yo, that's cool, man. Yo, I want to do that too. I can do that ballet stuff, I can do hip hop too, but you do ballet too. So they started seeing that I was, using fusing the styles to actually help me. And then, the other thing at that time, it was a time where it was like, if you wore tights, then you're considered gay, or whatever the case may be. And for me, I was, at the time, I didn't even care about that whole thing, because I knew exactly who I was and what I was, and not that it mattered, like, what my sexuality was. But at the same time, I just wanted to just learn the art of dance, and that's what it really boiled down to. And like I said, after that one show, or during the course of that year of taking, ballet along with learning from Eddie, people started like giving props and started respecting me more. And then I would say, yeah, my one of my teachers, Eddie Morales, and they say, oh, and they would watch him on TV dance with Missy Elliott, because Eddie had to do the same thing. So it's crazy.
Yeah, man. So basically, it sounds like your passion helped you to persevere.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I try to sort of find little nuggets that we as artists and entertainers can share, because everybody has a groove, everybody has a place, a destination where they fit so well, and it's about reaching that and riding in your groove, whatever that might be. And sometimes it does come with some opposition,
Yes.
and some challenges. So it's really cool to hear how, in spite of the negativity that you faced, you persevered, and now you're still operating in your passion successfully. That's so commendable, man.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I was wondering, you and I have something else in common, actually. Um, our dads were both entertainers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And not to mention, we're both juniors. I'm actually a junior.
Yes. That just hit me like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm just used to seeing Carl Brister, but I started seeing the junior around, and I probably wasn't paying attention to that time ago until just recently.
Yeah, that's the government. I only use it when people write in text.
The government. The government indeed.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm a junior. My dad was an artist, musician, and hip hop DJ. In fact, behind me is his guitar.
Wow.
He passed away 10 years ago, actually, this year. But his influence is with me.
Absolutely.
And so I keep that there, just sort of as a way of bringing my dad into what I'm doing. But I saw that you also were really influenced and mentored by your dad.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, wow. I remember he he would sing with singing groups at the time. And it was very similar to like the Stylistics, the Temptations, that type of Motown feel going on. And he always liked to, really point out people's harmonies and who was flat, who was sharp. He'd sit on his stool in the middle of the floor, and he'd be like, try it like this, or oh, you're flat, go down a little bit, go down a little bit. He would just like direct the rehearsals, and then I would just hear these 4 or 5 voices, and I'd be like upstairs, like just in my room playing a game, and I would just come by the banister and just listen to those sounds. I was like, what is that? And then one day I was supposed to be in bed, and my dad caught me at the banister looking and peeking, and I ran up the stairs. He's like, right. And I thought it was trouble. And then he comes upstairs, like opens the door. I pretended to be asleep.
Bro, I know that. I know that acting.
I thought I was done.
Okay. That was my first role.
Right? Yes. We all deserve an Oscar for that one.
Yes, sir.
I was like pretending to be asleep. He opens the door, and then he's like, "Go downstairs," and I was like, "Yeah," pretending that I was just waking up. No,
I know.
right? And so I come downstairs, and I'm listening to the rest of the rehearsal, and I was just so inspired that with every rehearsal that he had, I would like be downstairs and I would watch, and then started seeing him doing the dance steps with the group and writing the songs and the feeling that each singer had when they were doing leads on the songs. And it just really like opened my eyes to say, tag, I want to do this too. Mm-hmm. So from there, after my dad would like allow me to come to rehearsals, he bought me a keyboard because he just, figured I wanted to do something. And I started playing keyboard and playing like songs by ear. Like I didn't even know how to read music or anything like that, but I would just hear when something sounded resonant or something sounded correct. And that's also what helped me so much. And that's where it started. And then from there, I started just like my dad would play a whole bunch of records. Like he'd play Lionel Richie, he'd play Michael Jackson, he'd play Stevie Wonder stuff, he'd play Prince stuff, and Jackie Wilson stuff he played as well. And I was inspired by so many of these artists that were like entertainers. I had either wonderful songwriters or wonderful dancers that sing or wonderful singers that dance or just a mix of both. And I was just so enthralled by it all. It was just so fascinating to me to see it all.
Wow. I saw, just a little something that you recently shared with you and your dad, and it touched my heart. I definitely want to just sort of share it with everybody. It's a great clip of you guys at one of your performances. We're going to talk about it in a second. Yeah. Everybody, this is The Groove. Carl Brister here with my special guest, Mr. Robert Taylor Jr., and we're about to see a beautiful clip of him and his dad, Bobby T. Bro,
Man,
I love that, man.
thank you so much.
What was that like to bring your dad on stage?
Well, first of all, that wasn't even supposed to happen. It
Mm.
was all a big surprise to me. He mentioned 2 weeks ago that actually it was a week before the show that he wanted to like do a song with me, and I said I would love to, but we were put together so quick as far as me and the rest of the band, and I was getting like references and referrals from other fellow artists. So we had one rehearsal, and in that one rehearsal, I only had the drummer Don and the bass player Greg. Tara was virtual, and my keys player he was just unavailable. He couldn't do it. So on that night, my dad just came to the show because he wanted to come and support and watch. But he came so fly and so dressed and clean. He had a red suit on.
Yes, I
was
saw
like,
that.
Yeah, I was like, Pop, you want to do a little something? And I took a chance. I didn't know if the band, was gonna chime in or whatever. I was actually just asking him just to sing something a cappella for everybody, just to put a little segment in there. And then he said, you know what I want to do? I want to do Let's Stay Together. I said, oh, and the band was like, in agreement. And a lot of them have played the song before, especially two of them I've used. Like I would, we do
Right.
the lyrics
Yeah.
and whatnot. So they started playing, and dad started singing it, and that's how that happened.
Wow.
And it was a wonderful moment. I never really had a chance to sing live with him like that. That's the first time we sang together live like that. Like, all the time I would just see him perform and he'd see me perform, but we always talked about wanting to do something together, and that was the first time we ever did that. So it was a very special moment for me, and I'm so happy I got to do that.
Brother, I'm telling you, I was like, I'm gonna keep my cool points, but I was just like, yo, that got me right here.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. He's 80 years old.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow! Shout out to Dad.
Thank
Shout out,
you.
man.
Thank
Is
you.
there one lesson that he taught you that you take with you, in this industry, in this business? One thing that he taught you?
I'd say two things for sure. The one thing is he's saying there's always going to be somebody that's going to tell you no. There may be a few crooks or sharks in the industry. You have to evade those, and I've bumped into a few of them. But just the fact that he warned me, he told me about it. He knew exactly what he was talking about. So that's the one thing. And for two, he sounds very cliche, but he told me never to give up. Never give up. So that resonates with me like to this day.